talked about, I was sort of dreading death by PowerPoint when Greg says, well, let's talk about some services. So I wanted to make this a little edgier. And so the name of this is how do you avoid self-defeating behavior, both in terms of how you conduct yourself as a professional as well as how you conduct M&A work. So here's a series of questions I'd like you to ponder. And you don't have to necessarily answer. But the first question is, do you know and do you manage how others perceive you? That may sound like a funny question, but in executive coaching, a lot of what we focus on is managing perceptions. So the question here is, let's make it personal. After you network today, and you go back, what do people say about you when you're not in the room? Colleagues, clients, prospects who didn't buy from you, people who report to you. And what we'll talk about in a few minutes is that when we get feedback in the executive coaching process, about 70% of what people get back about themselves in that process, they sort of already know about themselves. The other remaining 30% is a bit of a surprise. Second question. Are you aware of and do you manage your blind spots? Everybody's got them. What are your blind spots and do they get in the way of your effectiveness? Is there more business that you could be doing with a greater diversity of people? Are there certain kinds of clients that you just work with well, and there's other prospects you just can't convert to clients? Do you have internal demons that you have to manage? This is what I spend a lot of my time in executive coaching on. People who are overachievers, people who need to be the brightest kid in the room, etc. We'll talk about those in just a few minutes. But are you aware of what your blind spots are, and do you manage them on a regular basis? And do you influence people using just one approach, or are you conscious and aware enough of that, how you influence people, that you can adapt that to the audience that you're dealing with? Most of us usually only influence others in the way that we prefer to be influenced. Research shows that logic and facts work 50% of the time. So what do you do the other 50%? And if this is something where you're thinking, I'm at a certain point in my career and I'm a lifelong learner and I want to continue to improve, how do you improve in these